score in his life, bowling against a hot John Mazza, who has had a great season so far. First ball.
So Mike, unlike his last game, starts with a wobbly strike, but still marks with one. And now the left-hander, John Mazza, 6th television overall appearance, 4th this year. 1 title. And now he's going to be trying to shoot the 4-7-8 on the right lane.
Mazza with an ideal arm swing, inside out, great inside player, has developed such a strong game in the last 2 years, as you see the big hook ball, which was a little out of control on that particular shot.
He has a great expression that he has learned from years of failure. He's such a great guy.
Came through the ranks as a junior bowler. He told me the first game he ever bowled, he was 10 years old, and he bowled a stunning 40. Has made a little bit of an improvement since then.
Re-rack on the left lane here in World Professional Gymnastics. See the World and Olympic champions, men's and ladies competition. That was Brandy Johnson you saw there, followed by American Championship Racing, Pimlico Special, and a report from Indianapolis 500 time trials. And what a front row that was that Frank Gifford showed you from our New York studios. Whew.
Mike Shady, the essence of perfect championship bowling. He has 18 strikes, 14 spares, and more importantly, has no open frames. 3 clean games in all 3 victories.
Beautiful.
What do you tell a young star, upcoming star, who has the talent when he's bowling in a championship match? It's not much you can tell him. You hope he can stay focused on the goal ahead, especially if he gets ahead early, as he is. There are 10 frames to a match. Don't try to 2 or 3 or 4. It takes 10 good concentrated shots to win PBA championships. He's averaged 216 so far. Anything around that area should be close to a winner.
The 3-bagger, equaling his earlier game performance as to the start. Okay, now John Mazza marked with a spare, then followed with a strike. Down by 20. Can cut that to 10 with a strike here in the 3rd. So he's cut the lead to 10, and John was asked this question earlier: what have you done at home to improve your game on the tour?
Well, Bo, I went home on the break and talked to Hugh Bray, a sports psychologist, has been working with me for about 3 years, and we discussed a better game plan, and I'm going to use it today, and I really think that I'm going to pull it off today.
Well, his game plans consist of this: don't bowl too quickly, especially when you're trailing. And if he gets ahead in the match, he's going to speed it up. So he's going to use a little psychology.
Leaving a 4-7 on the left lane. John Mazza back-to-back telecasts this year. As a 2nd seed, he won the Florida Open at Winter Haven, beating Mike Albee and Mike Edwards. Had a 300 this week, one of 3, the other Ricky Corona and Tom Baker. All right, we're in our championship match in Fresno, where we'll return following this message.
PBA Doubles Classic on ABC's Pro Bowlers Tour in 3 weeks.
You're looking at Mike Shady, championship match with 3 victories coming up to this point. He leads by 12. He has 3 in a row, shooting in the 4th frame. Four-bagger.
Mike Shady has averaged 216 for his 3 matches. His opponents have averaged a mere 188, but Shady hasn't given him any room. He performed in the 10th when he needed it against Mark McDowell in the first match, throwing a clutch double. He has also kept all his opponents at bay. Right now, he has a chance to put Mazza 32 pins down after 5 frames. the title at stake.
Appreciation showed by the capacity crowd here in Fresno. 2 pins standing.
Didn't catch all of it with the lift, and the ball didn't finish as much as he thought it would, but he keeps the ball out of the nose, avoids the split, and the open frames makes it very difficult for a player to catch up when it's tough to strike.
John Mazza was also a third in the Bud Light tournament in Sunrise, Florida. Oh, powerful. Strike in the 5th frame for John. John, one of 2 on live television to convert the 710 to Mark Roth. John did it at the U.S. Open.
Mark Roth did it also out here in the California area at Alameda in 1980. Shady, nothing getting in his way right now except John Mazza. Mazza can cut the lead right here with a double in the 6th. Gets a great break, once again crossing over the head pin to the 1-3 side. That's how he got the double in the 2nd and 3rd frame. Once again, he capitalizes on a strike in the 5th by getting a great break crossing over in the 6th. Shady should not let those good breaks for Mazza affect his game. Championship match pressure. 35 consecutive clean frames for Shady. Then all of a sudden, when the match and title are close at hand, an open frame, all he can do is hopefully get the ball over in the 6-10 area, maybe slide one of those pins over in the 4-7, but at this juncture, just knock out 2 of the pins and go on to the match.
Which he did.
This is where he really needs to draw on his good concentration, his good mental stability that he's shown through the first 3 matches. First chink in the armor, first open frame, trails by 5 pins with 4 frames remaining in the championship.
Followed by this.
Hard to fault him on that shot. He was a pretty good shot. He rips the 5 over in front of the 7. The head pin comes shooting back across the 10, and his opponent knows how to make the 7-10. Mazza made it by bouncing the 7 pin out in the 10. Roth made it by taking the 10 pin and bouncing it into the 7. So it can go either way. It's up to this young man.
So with back-to-back open frames, the 3 tremendous efforts in as many games prior to this championship match. Mike Shady now trailing by 16. That can go to 26.
Chris, and there's the Mazza game plan. Remember, he said if he gets his opponent down, he's going to get up quickly, bowl very quickly. He remembered his game plan. He slowed down. Shady gave him an opening. Mazza quickly jumps on the approach, makes a double out of it, not even waiting for his ball to come back. Switches balls here. He can put Shady down by 36. If he can strike here in the 8th, it'll be like lightning to take the lead.
Leaving a 2-4-7.
Match game psychology, one of the keys to good professional bowling. Mazza so far is doing it perfectly as he now has a 23-pin lead if he converts here in the 8th, but it's still not over.
And he's picking up the pace in preparation. He's not waiting for anything.
Yes, I think that is smart. You know, they're not bowling an exhibition of how much they can score. The name of the professional bowling is how much you can win to make a living out here. He has an inexperienced player who just had his first 2 open frames in the whole afternoon, and he's forcing him to bowl quickly and not giving him a chance to think.
I'll tell you, strategy pays in all forms of competition.
Well, on-the-job training, as we know, in any occupation, is more important than straight schooling. And right here, he has a tough shot, the 2, 4, 5, 8. Get the ball over in this zone, drop out the 2, 4, 5, and 8. Needs it to stay in the match.
He leaves the 4 and 7.
Trouble, trouble, trouble. 3 in a row. We used to call that a buzzard when you had 3 opens in a row out here. And he has the first buzzard of the Spring-Summer Tour as he goes from a lead into the 5th frame to trailing by 34 pins through 8. He has an outside chance, but he needs to throw strikes.
That is your polite term.
I'm sure he's saying something a little different.
A 35-year-old that won 3 matches. Scores of 223, 222, and 205.
It's not over yet. Mazza has to mark in the last 2 frames to shut out Mike Shady, and Mazza, to say the least, even though he's going to 225 pace, has been shaky.
That may be as high as he has ever jumped. His vertical leap.
That slammed the door, Chris. An 8 count on 2 balls wins the title for John Mazza.
Speaking of winners, Wide World follows with the World Professional Gymnastics Championships, the American Championship Racing Series, Pimlico Special.
Needs one of these pins. It's all he has to do is shoot over in the 6-10 zone, knock out either the 6 or the 10 or both. He will win the match, shut out Mike Shady. Shady, the best he can do is 210. If Mazza gets 9 count, he will end with 213. As you see, a low-profile shot from the left side. I like that shot. But Mazza didn't like that one. That's a winner.
His first victory, a very emotional one in Florida. And
Mazza will take it.
Didn't seem as elated in winning his 2nd PBA title. And from Fresno, we go back to native of Bakersfield, California, Frank Gifford.